Stay informed. And speaking of staying informed, we want to keep an eye on the tropics tonight as a tropical system is expected to develop off the coast of the Carolinas and could travel up to the northeast. You can count on our local weather experts for the most up-to-date and accurate tropics forecast. We go to Chief Meteorologist Chris Franklin. He has the latest on this potential system. Not a threat to us.
No, not a threat at all. And in fact, it is still just a potential tropical cyclone. You know, a few years ago, this system would not be classified as anything. The reasoning behind the potential tropical cyclone classification is in essence to start issuing warnings for coastlines or areas that will be impacted by a likely tropical system. So the expectation is that by the time this system starts to impact more so the Outer Banks of North Carolina first, it will be classified as a tropical storm. And in fact, winds of 40 miles an hour are indeed those of a tropical storm. However, the Hurricane Center is not yet able to find that closed circulation. That is what is needed to classify this as a tropical storm. Certainly a broad circulation, a broad low pressure center, but not quite closed at the surface. That is expected to happen by early tomorrow morning, with those winds starting to impact the Outer Banks of North Carolina at tropical storm force. Quickly moving inland, but also notice the wind field also starting to contract a bit, so the storm will be getting smaller as soon as that center is over land. And thankfully, the impacts farther up along the East Coast will not be as eventful. Higher surf, certainly, rainfall and wind, but the winds are not going to be nearly as strong by the time it gets up toward New Jersey, New York, and Philadelphia. So some good news there. And even the impacts along the East Coast are going to be fairly minor, certainly heavy rainfall, and the winds and the surf will be the primary issues, along with some stronger winds in just inland. As we head into the next couple of days, the tropics, though, remain quiet for us. We will start to see some changes here with drier air returning. It's still pretty muggy outside this evening. More on that in a few minutes.